The approach we have when we try to commodify academic research versus how we typically view research and development in the business world is a conflation that often leads to disastrous problems. Now, when we're looking at research and development commercially, these companies often are looking at developing or innovating a typical product that's either improving upon it or making a new product entirely that fits the business needs. And they'll also try to lobby for policy change to ensure that their product is as successful as possible and is in an environment where it's most likely that that product will succeed. Now, there is one similarity between the academic and the business world here, where when both of these individuals or companies try to get funding, they are trying to convince individuals to put money into a certain item or a certain idea. And that, in one respect, is similar. But ultimately, these are generally private individuals. There are a number of public funds that individuals can lobby for, and they will often have individuals who sit on there to agree whether that's a good idea, bad idea, and as a result, if it's viewed as interesting enough by these committees, then ultimately that is what typically gets decided. Or if it's a private individual or entity, again, they'll go through a certain process to decide whether that individual is worth the investment. Now, the main difference between the business and the academic focus is the approach that they have. Business is ultimately trying to generate a product or an idea that is going to hopefully innovate and change something that is commercially viable. Whilst in the academic sense, it's looking at something to try to work out what's there. It's to investigate something. Now, it's similar to the phrase, you don't know the answer till you know the question. And that's really what academic research is focused on. And this can be in various different areas, whether that be STEM, the humanities, and so on. You're looking at something because you have an idea, an inclination, and you're trying to find out new information. And neither route is particularly problematic, it's just different. But when we try to look at academic research and look at it from the perspective that it has no value, like let's say looking at a particular plant or animal species, you do not know what value you can gain from that species until you've had the investigation done on it. The same can be said for humanities when you look at things for a different context, where you'll the same can be said for the humanities when you're looking at the historical context of an event from a different speaker or a different individual to help give you more knowledge about what happened with societies at that particular snapshot in time. Again, you don't know till you start looking into that. Businesses will event, businesses will look at what's viable and what's commercially successful, and in the academic sphere, some ideas can go on to and in the academic sphere, some ideas can go on to be commercially viable, but the starting point is to discover new knowledge and new insights into a particular topic.